All right, guys. So this is episode 20 of Los Mariachi Sagas. Now, we have not actually recorded a new episode in a few weeks. What you heard last week was a previous recording. That week that we did not upload, we did record that week, but both Matt and I have been very busy with school, work, gigs, traveling, just personal things going on in our lives. So the episodes were not able to get uploaded until the following week. And this week, we do have a guest that we are recording with tomorrow, and that episode will be up on Saturday. We've been trying to get this recording out there. It's been difficult. So this episode that you're about to hear was actually recorded 2 weeks ago, and it was the second half of what you heard last week that was just cut out or cut up, basically, because it was a pretty long conversation. And this is going to get into what high school mariachi is like in the state of Texas. Competitions and rivalries and all kinds of things that a lot of you probably don't even know about high school mariachi. Let's see if Matt has anything to say. I'm going to give him a call. Right now I'm recording this intro by myself since Matt had an exam tonight. Let's see if he'll answer.
Hello?
Hey, Matt.
Hey, dude.
Did you hear me right now? I called you?
No, I couldn't hear anything.
I don't know why that happened. But did you finish your exam or what?
Yeah?
Okay. I'm recording an intro and outro right now to the podcast. Actually, as we speak, I have you on Bluetooth to the device that we use here.
Oh, okay.
And I'm telling all the people about our busy lives and how you haven't been wanting to record.
Uh-huh.
So you just finished your exam?
Yeah, I'm finished. I was just doing some homework and whatnot. Why?
No, I just wanted to see if you had anything quick to say to the people. Let them know that we're still doing this. We just feels like we haven't done it in a while.
Well, I mean, lately I guess it was a pretty nice week off, honestly. Especially with all the elections and stuff going on.
Yeah, it's been busy 2 weeks. Elections. Matt voted, by the way, just so y'all know.
Hell yeah, man.
Matt exercised.
Yeah, I voted early voting. I did, I think, the second day or something with my mom. I went.
So we've been doing stuff. We haven't just been sitting around doing nothing, right, Matt?
Yeah, man. Trying to prepare all this content. Recording tomorrow. Somebody tomorrow.
Oh yeah, special guest.
Special guest. Another honorary guest.
First female guest.
Yeah, that's right. I was thinking about that today. And I was like, dang, she's gonna be the first female. But that's a good one.
Okay. Now I just wanted to let the people know that we're still doing this, working on it. It's just been a little break, and we hear all the people talking about us, and we're gonna talk about that soon, but next week.
Dang.
It won't be until next week.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool, man. But yeah, we've just been busy with full-time students. We're full-time students and full-time mariachi. a lot starts to pile on top of our lives, that we got going on.
Yeah, we're big boys, taking care of stuff, man. And school's almost ending, getting close, and you're going to graduate in a few weeks. That's crazy.
Yeah, finally, it's the last stretch for me.
We'll be recording tomorrow. Have that new episode out for you guys Saturday, and then next week we'll get back into real time recording.
Okay, bro. Yeah, that sounds good. So yeah, tomorrow night at 8:30.
All right. Yeah, we'll do that then.
All right, man. Cool.
All right. I'll see you.
Later, bro.
All right. That was Matt. Getting called for gigs right now. All right, so enjoy these the next about half hour or so of us talking about the real life world of high school mariachi. But I guess we'll talk about for 5 minutes now. I don't know how much I'm cut out yet, but Alejandro brought up what it's like for high school mariachis. We haven't really talked about that. Not a lot. Our experiences in high school playing. Kind of just skipped over that and started straight at Texas State.
Yeah, we never really talked about that.
And he made some interesting that is pretty unique to Texas.
Mm-hmm.
There isn't really other states that have competitions like this. I mean, that we have state competitions and and UIL and all region. Do they have all region here? They don't have like all region like individual.
I never did it. No, we never had it when I was in high school. At least they might have it now, but I never had it. We never had it when I was there.
Well, I know I didn't start mariachi until halfway through my freshman year, and I auditioned for a region because down in the valley we have 2 regions in the UIL. I don't know, it might be different now, but there's I think region 14 and region 28, or region 15 and region 15 and region 28. Mm-hmm. The valley split up into 2 regions like that.
That's funny. It sounds like the fucking districts in the Hunger Games.
it felt like it because in region 15, the one I was in, it was like the west side of the valley. So we had Roma, we had Rio,
oh shit,
we had Gruya, we had Mackay, had Edinburgh, Valley View, Sherryland, Mission, like all.
Okay.
All the big groups, all the national champions, and the East.
They're like the top 10 or like top 5 and
on region 28 there was Ed Couch and then a bunch of other schools.
Oh shit.
I mean, they had like Weslaco,
Weslaco,
Port Isabel, Brownsville, San Benito, all the ones heading towards the island.
Mm-hmm.
But the biggest name on that side was Ed Couch also. So my sophomore year, I auditioned for all region, and I made it on guitar, group B. And so that's another thing. In that specific region I was in, they had an A group and B group. Because we just had so many people that would audition. But we had way too many people in each group. Like, they would take, I think it was 9 violins per group, plus 3 alternates. And 3 trumpets for each group, 3 guitarrons, 3 vihuelas, and 5 guitars for each group.
Yeah.
And so there was also it was a lot, and still was very competitive. Like, just to make it to region was very difficult, especially in that region, because we'd go up. I mean, I went up against Alex every single year. Well, not my freshman, sophomore year, but my junior and senior year in Vihuela.
He's good.
I went up against him. He was A group every year.
Yeah.
And we had vocal. There was also like vocalists, because it wasn't like how it is in regular competitions where somebody that's playing goes and sings. The vocalist, you would audition for voice, but you can only audition for one instrument.
Oh,
So if you audition for voice, that's all you can audition for. You can't go audition for violin or guitar or trumpet or anything.
yeah.
And they would pick one soprano, one alto, one tenor, and one bass for each group. So 2 girls and 2 boys. And that's usually what our concerts would be. Would be 5 songs each group, one for each vocalist and one instrumental song. And we had some great instructors. Mike Guzman was an instructor one time. Jose Hernandez was brought down. He had some instructors from Vegas, from California, and they do a pretty big event with this every year. This past year, the concert was canceled.
Yeah.
But I made it my sophomore year on guitar. The first time ever auditioning, I made the group B. I think I was like 3rd chair, and it was interesting because that was like, the top high school mariachi players in the valley, and I was still pretty new to mariachi. And I remember, what they also do is you're out of school for like that whole weekend.
Yeah.
Like Friday, they take you out, I think Friday, because you're rehearsing all day Friday. And the concert's Saturday. So we were in Edinburgh High School, and we were doing, I don't remember what song it was, but it was a 2/4. Dude, I was so tired. Like, I don't know how many hours it was of playing. I was on guitar, and I started falling asleep while practicing, while we were rehearsing as a full ensemble.
That's crazy.
And so the song was a 2/4. I was so tired, I started playing on the downbeat. I didn't even notice. I just kept playing. My eyes were closing. I was falling onto the side of my chair.
Oh shit.
And then, because some other people from my school also made it, and I look at them, and they're just staring at me. Why are you staring at me? And then I realized I'm playing on the downbeat. And I was like, "Oh, damn, I'm playing wrong." Yeah. So that was my sophomore year. I played in our region. We didn't compete until my senior year. They competed my freshman year, but I wasn't a part of the competition group my freshman year. Yeah. I would just rehearse with them sometimes. And after that, my sophomore and junior year, as a group, we weren't very good. We didn't have the players to even get ready for a competition, or the amount of violins. We had, like, at most, we would have 5 on a good day. And my junior year was horrible for me and music, because I don't know what happened. I went down because I progressed really quickly, and then I just went down. Yeah. I didn't make it. I auditioned on Vihuela for the first time at Region, and so they pretty much they rank you after you audition for Vihuela. And there was, I don't know, maybe 15 people that auditioned for Vihuela that year. I was second to last.
Oh shit.
And I was like, what the hell? I mean, I didn't agree with being second to. I was like, I didn't make it. I was like, I didn't play well enough. And the way the auditions work, they put you in one room, all the Vihuelas in one room, and you play for the judges, but the judges are behind some like a screen. Oh, okay. So they can't see you.
Yeah, yeah.
Because the judges are the directors for the different high schools.
Oh, okay.
And to make it fair, that you don't introduce yourself, and there's no name. You just have a number. Mm-hmm. So I play not well, and so the results come out. The results will come out that same day, because they have to give the results. Yeah. So I see that I was second to the last. Wow. And that basically puts me as second to the last Vihuela player in the region.
Shit, dude. Yeah.
And I was like, damn, that puts some perspective into my playing my music. Because honestly, I didn't practice my junior year. I was failing classes. I just kind of went down.
Mm-hmm.
And even my classical playing, because I was still doing classical guitar, went down that year. The year before, I made a solo and ensemble. And then my senior year, that's when I was the only vihuela player, or I was like section leader. So I was like, I have to learn.
Mm-hmm.
Because my tempo used to be really bad. Now it's starting to get bad again, but that's because I don't do metronome. But it was like I couldn't play with a metronome. I didn't know how. I didn't know where the beat was. I didn't know what that meant to play on beat or off beat.
Yeah.
Or in a wapango where the beat is, where the accents are. So that whole summer, I just studied every song and listened to the beat and where the rhythm falls, where a certain slap, where the downstrum, the upstrum falls within the beat.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a lot better. I made it on vihuela my senior year for a region in Group B, and did that concert. And we competed at UIL.
Dang.
I think it was UIL or Mazba, one of those two. Or
Are
it might
they
have
the
been
same
both.
thing or no?
No.
Or they're different.
They're different. Because UIL, you only get a rating, either your superior rating a 1,
Oh, that's right.
2,
That's
or
right.
3.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Mazba, they actually give a place, and there's
Yeah.
actually like a state champion.
Okay. I remember that now. Yeah.
Yeah, UIL took over in 2015, but they still kept Mazba.
Yeah.
And I think it was Mazba. I don't know. It was one of those two. But we did horrible.
Really?
We played some hard stuff though. We did Sol de Mexico. We did Mi Tierra Jalisciense. Have you heard that? That
I
in
don't think I
itself
remember that
is a pupurri. It's a very difficult song.
Yeah.
A lot of changes. Then we did Contigo Aprendí, the Sol de
Oh,
Mexico
shit.
arrangement.
Yeah.
And then we did another Sol de Mexico song. Mi Jalisco,
Oh, okay.
which is another pupurri.
Yeah. Those are not easy, man. Nobody can.
We had 3 violins, 2 trumpets, guitarron, guitar, and vihuela.
Wow.
That was the entire competition group.
It's not very balanced. 3 violins. Eh?
No, we had 3, 6, 8, and a harp.
Oh, okay.
9 piece,
Dang.
and it sounded like it was a 9 piece. Not in a good way. Yeah, the voices, weren't there. It was just a very difficult piece, but I mean, that's what we wanted. That's what we thought we could play. The section leaders, myself, the trumpet, the violin player, we could do it. We could keep up,
Yeah.
but we couldn't do it as a group. We couldn't play together. So we did not advance.
Mm-hmm.
We got like a 2, 3, and a 3 by the judges. And you need, I think, at least 2 1s.
1, yeah.
A 1, 1, 2 would advance you, but we weren't even close.
Oh.
And that really discouraged the rest of the group because we didn't do Festiva. We were gonna do it, but after that, like they didn't want to.
Yeah.
And it was Mazba because we did UIL, but UIL at that time was very different. You would only play in a private room for 1 judge, and then they would give you a score. We also didn't advance. We might have played worse.
Oh, man.
At that time.
Dang.
It wasn't great. I did make it solo and ensemble on classical guitar, and I went to state.
Yeah.
So that was good for me.
Wow.
But yeah, the group didn't advance. And so I did a lot of conferences. I went to Vargas every year starting my sophomore year, and I've gone to Vargas every year. I guess this is the first year that I won't be able to. Nobody will be able to.
Yeah.
Because they're not really having a lot of in-person stuff.
Nope.
So the conferences is, I guess, what really made me stick with mariachi, because my first conference ever was actually Festiva my freshman year, but I had no idea what anything was. Who was Tony was there, Vihuela. I don't even know who Tony was, honestly. I was 14, 15.
Bet you learn real quick.
Well, he was the instructor. I think I was in the advanced or intermediate, because you can honestly just go wherever. You should go to what you are, but people will just jump around.
That's true. Yeah.
And so Tony was there, the instructor, and we would take a break because this is like a 3-day thing. And during the breaks, all the kids, they would go up to him and start talking to him. And I would look around. I was like, why is everybody going up to him? I was like, who is this guy? I had no idea who it was. He was still in his bald and stuff.
You had no idea that you were standing in front of a god.
Yeah, I didn't know who that was. That's when Tony was still in Sol de Mexico. So this is 2012.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. Primetime Tony.
And I didn't know. I saw Sol perform live also. No idea who Sol was. I just knew it's a mariachi, good, popular, famous mariachi. I just didn't know the level of fame that they actually were, the height that they were already at that time.
Mm-hmm.
I did Festiva, and I went to Vargas conventions every year. We never competed at Vargas.
Mm-hmm.
And to this day, my high school still has it. The last time they did was 2004.
Really, 2004? Dang.
Yeah, but that's when it used to be. Back then, there was one mariachi for all 3 high schools.
Oh, shit.
That group was actually good, though. Because, they had they had to pick from 3 high schools.
Mm.
So I never competed at Vargas. Never knew what that was like until Texas State.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was more towards my senior year, junior year, or senior year where I started getting more serious about it. But like Alejandro said, there's varsity groups and JV groups,
Mm-hmm.
and it gets really serious to the point that there's kids that will transfer to another school just to play with that mariachi.
Yeah.
Because of how good that group is or how good that player is. Directors will literally recruit kids from other schools.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing the UIO can do about it because there's no rule against it.
No rule.
It's not like sports.
Like in baseball, or for example, if you play baseball, you can't just transfer to another school. If you transfer to another school, you have to wait at least a whole year before you can play with that new school. So that's how they regulate that.
Yeah.
But yeah, they don't do anything like that with music.
And that actually
Mariachi.
happened to my high school recently. Last year, this guy from my high school, he transferred to a different school and started playing with them the same week.
Don't tell me he went to Mac High.
He did go to Mac High.
Oh, no.
He went to Mac High.
Dang, dude.
And he was probably the best violin player that my school or one of the top 3. And he jumped over to Mac High.
Traitor.
Yeah.
No, I mean, that's cool, man. You do what you want to do. I've noticed that in the Valley. We've never had that here because we're the only school district, or the school in the district that had it. Lehman High School was the only. I think, yeah, they're
Hayes didn't have one.
Hayes does not have a mariachi program. We're the only one, so that, of course, that's not gonna happen here. I don't know if anybody in Austin, but through this area, that's all I know of, and so that never happened here. And I mean, yeah, all we did was the Mazba, UAL, and Vargas. But yeah, I would notice, like you were saying, people would do that in the Valley. For example, I knew of Mario. He was famous. Clyde.
Yeah.
And I believe they went to Roma, right? From Rio Grande Valley, or no?
Yeah.
Or Mario
It
did.
was about maybe 5, 6 that were real. So I don't know if they listened to this, but I don't know.
Right.
I mean, it was like 10 years ago. Who cares?
Yeah. It was a long ass time ago.
So my freshman year, Rio Grande City, there's this big rivalry between Rio Grande City High School and Roma High School as like the top mariachis in the Valley.
Mm-hmm.
And they're really good programs, but there's a lot of things that go on there that make it. There's a reason they're that good of a program. Well, Rio Grande City, my freshman year, was full of these extremely talented freshmen. And so, just like in football or in other varsity sports, there's tryouts, there's auditions,
Yeah.
and you have to audition to be in the varsity group in these places like Roma and Rio. So these freshmen auditioned and beat out sophomores, juniors, and seniors, because I mean mariachi is a tradition in these schools.
Yeah.
So there was already players there. So they beat them out. That's how good they were as 14-year-olds. They started in middle school, and they just got really good. So there was Emmanuel, trumpet player, Clyde. There was what was the other one you said?
Mario.
Mario.
Wasn't
I think
Ruben?
Alexa.
Ruben was he one of them or no?
Well, Ruben was in Rio, but he stayed at Rio.
Oh, okay.
There was a 1 year where Emmanuel and Ruben were together on trumpet.
Right. Yeah.
That was like that is, and they're 14 at that. So if they would have stayed together, that would have been amazing. But Alexa was also in Rio,
Right.
her freshman year, and so that Rio Grande City group won Mariachi Vargas, the national competition. They got first place. They played Cocula, Solo Mexico arrangement, and they were this amazing group. And I don't know why, they like almost all the people we just mentioned and a couple more transferred to Roma High School the very next year.
That's crazy, dude.
And then Roma goes on to win Vargas 3 years in a row.
Yeah.
And Rio Grande City gets second every single year after that.
I remember that.
And that was such a huge thing. And there's no rule against it. There's nothing UIL could do or Vargas. Vargas isn't UIL.
Yeah.
You just do what you want.
Starting from, I think, middle school, Rio Grande Valley, even the middle schools were always top dog. High schools were, chingon.
Yeah.
Then getting late into high school is when Roma started kind of taking over, and they still are pretty, like they're top dog, right?
Roma's still very good.
Yeah.
But right now, Ed Couch Elsa has really improved. Along with Mackay actually took over for a few years.
Oh,
Mackay
that's right.
was the top for a good number of years.
Yeah.
Now, currently, honestly, I don't know who the top group in the valley would be.
Yeah.
Probably Roma right now. I remember Mackay when I was a freshman. They were not good. We were better than them. Honestly, Ro was better than Mackay.
Oh, wow.
My freshman year. This is 2011, 2012. But quickly after that, Alex Trevino, director for Mackay, just I don't know how he did this, what happened, but the group just took off.
Yeah.
And won like 4 state championships in a row, something like that.
Fuck yeah.
And then they eventually got to Vargas and placed, and they did all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, Valley, the mariachi in the Valley it's
a big
great,
thing.
competitive.
Yeah, I mean, it was so competitive that it made us folk here in Central Texas, the whole thing is, for example, Vargas, it's placed in San Antonio. So it was already kind of a big thing anyways, but it motivated us, dude. Like, we were like, shit, we want to be like them. I remember even starting in middle school, dude, we were right after Veterans, Rio Grande Valley Middle School?
Yeah, Veterans.
Veterans.
One of their middle schools.
I was in middle school. We went right after them. And we were watching them perform backstage, and we're like, just wide-eyed, dude. Our jaws were like,
that's a
jumped
middle
to the
school.
floor. Yeah, dude, it was really, they're super good from a young age. And then, I mean, it's different. It's different over there.
I wonder what that must be as a director to see that, because I really want to have Carlos. I'm gonna have Carlos on here pretty soon, to see that from a director's perspective.
Well, he had talked to me, and he had told me from the start. We would watch. It wasn't videos, but we like live. He would watch, for example, Mario. He was one that he identified. And this was in the fucking 7th grade, dude. Or no, was it 8th grade? the veterans are doing the show, whatever, and he's pointing at Mario. He's like he's gonna be really good, and it's crazy how he predicted. Like to me, I think he's a very good, very talented player, and musician in itself. I look at it and it's crazy. You look at. I mean, I just know of him. I don't really know him that well, but you look at him now, and it's crazy how Carlos is just predicted just by watching these kids.
Yeah, he plays with Galleros now. It helps him out a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. But it's very competitive. Since the 7th grade, I was always excited to come compete, and that's all life was, bro. It's like, played baseball too and stuff, but I just want to get ready to compete, bro.
Compete. I mean, that's why I went to Texas State.
Yeah. You in Texas State? I'm a freshman. My senior year in high school, I'd see Texas State come and win first place in the collegiate level. I'm like, fuck yeah, I'll go audition.
Even go do it and get second.
Yeah.
You messed up.
Get second. Hey, but
we had a lot of freshmen that year.
Yeah, we were a new group. We were in that rebuilding stage. But it was a good group.
Yeah.
It was tight. Had a good show. It was an interesting show. And, it was real tight. They did a good job with us. And eventually, good times at M&G, man.
Did you go back and do it again?
Yeah, I think I would.
Did you do it differently?
Differently? No, I don't think so. I don't think I would. Probably not. No regrets. No, dude. But eventually, finally got my first place trophy, man.
Eventually, you got that first place. Still, I never got that first place trophy. Maybe someday.
Oh.
Nice. Every time I competed, we got second.
Yeah, dude, we got second. It was fun though. Yeah, even at Albuquerque, right? We got second.
Yeah, second. Maybe when I go get my master's at UT, and UT finally gets to that next level, I'll go get first place with them.
They're a tight group right now.
Pretty. I haven't heard them recently. But what was your experience like in high school? Was there auditions?
It was there were auditions.
What was interesting with Layman is, you talk about is you guys one time had like 15 violins.
Yeah. Actually, why? Since I joined my freshman year, there's always been a lot of violins. At least 10. We would have at least 10 violins. But it was still pretty competitive, right? I don't know. I mean, with me personally, because I had a different director than what all the recent Layman players had. I had Arolo Villarreal. He was my director. He actually played trumpet. He would go gig with Suroeste when I was there in Kyle. When he was there in Kyle too, he would go gig and with Suroeste, and then he left my junior year, and that's when Joseph Baird came in my senior year. And so after that, he just, I don't know. I mean, different directors, they have different styles or different sounds that they want, I guess. But for me, high school was, first 2 years were actually very lonely. Because I was my freshman year, I was the only freshman that made varsity. Oh no, there were two of us. There were me and Ryan, a bass player. We were the only freshmen. And, you're sitting there with a class full of seniors and juniors. They're all fucking best friends. They grew up together in the programs. I've never met these people in my life. So I was like, fuck, man. It's just me and Ryan. And so, yeah, that freshman year especially was very lonely. Sophomore year, it was getting a little less lonely. And actually started singing that year, sophomore year. And those first 2 years were interesting. Because the seniors that they had there were, it was that kind of transition phase, they're more rebuilding when all those seniors leave, obviously. So they needed more singers, and went ahead and auditioned to sing, and it was interesting. I don't know. I went to Vargas my freshman year. I don't know what happened. I don't think we went my sophomore year. I don't remember. But I do remember the music we played freshman year was Sol de Mexico, their Popurrí Toros, Popurrí de Toros. That was fun. And I can't remember what else we did. Oh, what's it called? That's
some with that song. It's not Vaquero. Is it
Mexico.
Vaquilla?
Mexico.
Or the Popurrí?
No, it's the song. It's what's the name of that song? Oye, mano, este es mi México hermoso.
Man, all these show tunes.
Well, we did that one. That one was fun. We did those two. Good song choices. I liked them. Then I think we competed again junior year. For some reason, I'm blacking out for the sophomore and junior years, and then I'm only remembering my senior year. Senior year
too
was
many heartbreaks. Sophomore and
not
junior.
even, dude. I'll just focus on mariachi and baseball, bro.
I mean, you were breaking too many hearts.
That's too. Not even, bro. Not even. No. I don't really remember high school mariachi. I just remember senior year, since my sophomore year, I would remember Texas State coming to Kyle for our performances, and they would do their showcases, and watching them play. And so that's what kind of motivated me to kind of join them. So I want to audition at Texas State. So yeah, I mean, that was pretty much it, dude. I remember senior year, we went to Vargas. Do not remember the show that we did. Do not remember the show, but I remember 100 times more what Texas State did. That's for sure. So I think I was more into like my future rather than just living in the moment, I don't know.
I remember Texas State. Well, I saw them. That year, that was 2014. And that's when they did their popurrí with Sammy was there, Robert. They had like 9 violins
Chingon Armonía, dude.
that year. Yeah, Joe Frank, Sonito Ron, the trumpets, Nelson, Joey, Victor.
Yeah.
And I saw them 2013, which I think they should have won.
That was a bad group too, man.
Yeah, they tied, officially lost. Tied. I don't know that. It gets fuzzy. But I remember seeing them. My senior year, and I was like, damn, I want to go to Texas State.
Yeah.
So I did. And see, even if you get ranked second to the last in your entire region, I don't know, just
You can make it, man.
keep practicing. Stop being lazy. That's the reason I was ranked so low, is because I was lazy. Like what Alejandro said.
Yeah.
Right? We're all great. We're just lazy.
Lazy. We're lazy, man. Yeah. That's all it is. Just stop being lazy. That's all you got to do.
Yeah. Someone said.
You're making me realize some shit right now, man. I'm lazy as hell.
You're like, man, I don't know these Relambogo arrangements. Well, you're fucking lazy.
Fuck, man. No, I mean, I practice. I practice every day now. I practice. So, trying not to be lazy anymore. Still, shit.
What are you doing? Alejandro's right now practicing with Sol.
Yeah.
Recording their next album.
I'm ready. I'm ready for that to come out.
I listened to the album. I hadn't actually listened to all of it.
The new one?
Well, the latest Sol album. Yeah.
Oh,
the song is something.
I like it.
Forget the full name.
I really like it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool. I heard the Madrugada.
Yeah. It's different, right?
Yeah.
When the first time I heard it, dude, I was like, ooh, that hit different.
Yeah.
Shit, that's badass. But his voice is
It's good. And you can tell he does have a pretty unique voice.
very unique.
It's if you hear him talk and you hear him sing, you're like, yeah, that sounds sounds like
It's him.
Well, wasn't that fun? Yeah, the last person we were talking there was Alejandro Asensio, one of the guests that we've had. He was very curious on high school mariachi in Texas, since they don't have that to the level that we do as they do in California. But this was a fun thing to talk about. High school mariachi does get competitive in Texas this year. Very different, but they're still, from what I know, they're still doing a lot of virtual concerts and UIL things and competitions and conventions online. So that's really good to keep it going, so students can keep going. We will get back to recording in real time, regular, in starting next week. Well, actually, starting tomorrow, we'll be recording with our next guest, our first female guest, pretty well known, and this coming Saturday will be a good episode for you all to check out. So this has been episode 20 of Los Mariachi Sagas. I thank you all guys for listening and still keeping up with us, liking Instagram page, YouTube, all that. It helps. We just need you to keep sharing and liking our stuff. Review us on Apple Podcasts and YouTube and all those things, so we can get more views, which helps us stand out more in the algorithms for these social media websites. But we'll see you guys on Saturday.